Stoke City have a bit of that. What is going on, guys? My name is Something and you are watching episode 34 of Life as an Arsenal fan. And what can I say? This team here is just battered Stoke City 4-1 at the Bet365 Stadium. I don't know what kind of name that is, but yeah, we beat Stoke City finally, man. Come on, yes, come on, we beat Stoke City. Okay. And Chelsea celebrating winning the league.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Anyways, we were beating Stoke City about time. It's taken a long time. We also beat Mark Hughes. So yeah, who'd have broken? We beat Stoke City 4-1. Needed that win. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get straight into the lineups. Lineups came in, and bloody hell, I was annoyed. And at the end of the day, Wenger proved me wrong, but I was annoyed at one reason. I was Olivier Giroud. Bro, why is Giroud that team? The rest of the team's alright. Oh, Ramsey's on the bench, fair enough, everything like that. But Giroud, like, why is Giroud playing? But he played nonetheless, and he scored as well. But I'm not gonna get that first. I want to talk about the opening stages. So when the game started, it was literally Arsenal all over Stoke City. Arsenal being decisive passes, Xhaka dominating the midfield, shouldering the ball, back from Mustafi and centre back promoting passes going forwards. And Arsenal's most dangerous man was Monreal, who was making very, very clever runs in behind the Stoke City left hand side, and he was getting in, and he had a few chances, and he hit the post early on as well for a lovely MESUT OZIL cross. So opening stages was Arsenal all over Stoke City. We battered them. As the half inning progressed, Stoke City started to get in the game. Obviously the fans backed them a little bit. They went forward, scary, making Monreal defend as much as he was attacking now. So Stoke City, they sort of got on the half, but Arsenal still by far the most dominant side. I think Xhaka perfectly again. Xhaka's always become that perfect midfield for Arsenal. He's dominating the midfield. He's controlling the tempo of the game, and that's what we need from Xhaka. So Arsenal were definitely the dominant team, and Arsenal's goal came in the 42nd minute, let's say, where it's literally a fantastic goal. Xhaka finds Coquelin. Coquelin threads through to Bellerin. Bellerin crosses the Giroud, tap in goal. Arsenal celebrating. We have scored. Okay, fair enough. Goal. There we go. Let's settle down. Let's get another one. And yeah, half-time game for that. And that was really the first half. Nothing else to talk about. Apart from Arsenal dominated and deserved to score more goals. Second half started. I was a bit more relaxed. The thing about this Stoke City side is they're not the same. They've still got tall players, but they're all technical now. And Joe Allen. Could you imagine 2 years ago? Could you imagine Tony Pulis having Joe Allen in midfield? I couldn't do that. But yeah, Stoke City were never in the game at that point. And Arsenal got the second goals on. And just look at this telepathic connection from the main two boys of Arsenal's, obviously Ozil and Sanchez combined. It's just world class. It's beautiful. It's orgasmic. Basically, what happens is Ozil plays a 1-2 with Sanchez. Ozil carries his run. Sanchez threads the move to Ozil, and Ozil just calmly chips the ball into the back of the net. Arsenal 2-0. I am so happy. After that goal, I was very relaxed. But Stoke City never make it easy for Arsenal, and they started to go onto it. Mark Hughes threw on Peter Crouch and Berahino, and Crouch. He got the goal for Stoke City because Stoke City kept on coming off, put Arsenal under pressure. Xhaka and Coquelin reinforcing defending, and Sanchez, I think he was injured maybe, but Arsenal defending, and it was corner after corner after corner after corner. And the goal came from Peter Crouch. The one thing I don't like about Crouch is the goal doesn't come from his head. It looks like it came from his head. It hit his bloody arm. The hand of Crouch was on that because it shouldn't have counted, but the cross comes in, Crouch heads it, handles it in. The linesman can't see, the ref can't see, I'm not going to blame him, but yeah, so Mike. Why do you even have Mike as a referee anymore? Don't know why, but yeah, it's a legal goal, shouldn't have counted, they scored nonetheless. And after that, the Arsenal were under pressure. I think that was the most critical point of the game. It's whether Arsenal crumble now or Arsenal show the character and win at Stoke City for the first time in a long time. And that's what Arsenal did. We kept on passing around, plugging away. Xhaka started dominating the field. Stoke really had no real clear cut chances after that, and there was more Arsenal attacking. And this is Sanchez, the player Sanchez is. He needs to go off. He's injured. He's pointing to go off, and then he gets the ball. And where does it go? Into the back of the net. Yes, it took a deflection, but Sanchez scored to make it 3-1. Lovely little finish, despite the deflection. But yeah, he's injured and he's scoring. World class. Then after that, Sanchez came off, and his sub was Ramsey, who instantly had a chance for himself, missed it. And then he plays a lovely cross to Giroud. Giroud taps it in, centre forward's goal, 4-1 Arsenal. Bang, bang, bang. Stoke City, who are, yeah. After that, yeah, it was pretty much the end of the game. Arsenal 4-1. Now we get into the part of the show where I discuss the opposition team, which is Stoke City today. Wow, I just don't know what to say about them because I don't watch Stoke City. I'm not much of a massive admirer of Stoke City. I like the way they progressed in the past few years. They've brought their talent back in the team. They've brought more technical players. Shaqiri in that team. Arnautovic himself is a technical player. Played with Joe Allen. They're technical players there. They're very talented players there. I mean, Arsenal fans are charting 1-0 to the football side. So I think we can't say Stoke City are not the team they were before. I think we can't call Stoke City a long ball team anymore. I think look, when Crouch came on, the joy came from long balls. I think their team is meant for long balls because this passing tiki-taka football, they're not about that. They were never about that. And their joy comes from when they win headers and they're used to that long ball. They're used to have the ball in the air rather than on the floor with their feet. So Stoke City for me, it's about either progressing and buying top class quality players or going back to the old roots and going to the way that was successful. For me, if they want to break into the top 8, they need to buy a higher caliber players. And maybe you need to change the manager, but they've got quality there, let's say that. Shaqiri, quality there. If they can get him producing on a regular basis, he's a world class player. He's a very, very good player. You don't play at Bayern Munich and if you're not very good. So he maybe could be talisman for Stoke City. Nonetheless, they weren't good enough today because Arsenal won. Let's get straight into the 3 points. Point number 1, I want to talk about the telepathic connection. All these United fans, all these Chelsea fans, Hazard and Costa, or Fabregas and Costa, and United have Pogba and Ibrahimovic. My man, have you ever seen Sanchez and Ozil play together? They have some Bluetooth connection thing going on because, oh my goodness me, the goal today, want to move the way Sanchez just picks them out, and there's just so many parts during that game where Ozil and Sanchez combined. I mean, they're so good. They're so good together, and they have some connection. I think it's almost that Ozil's only comfortable passing Sanchez, and Sanchez is only comfortable passing Ozil, and they're just both comfortable in each other's ability because they trust each other. These two players, Arsene Wenger, I beg you, I just beg you, sign them up to a contract. Just don't let them go, please, just please. Yeah, second point, I want to talk about Super Rob Holding. That is the guy. I mean, when he came to Arsenal, he was similar to Callum Chambers, had a few good games. He lost his first game obviously against Liverpool, which obviously going to be hard because he's never played the Emirates, let alone played against Liverpool at the Emirates. So for me, he's so composed on the ball, and he makes mistakes. I'm not going to say he makes no mistakes because he makes mistakes, and that's the whole part of youngsters learning curve. You make mistakes and you move on from it. But he is so composed. He can play across the whole back three. I don't know what we can expect from him. A lot of Arsenal fans calling him Tony Adams. Maybe it's too far to say that. Obviously, he's 21. Let's not put the pressure on his shoulders like we did to Callum Chambers. Let's give him a bit of time. Let's not force him into action like we did to Alex Iwobi as well. Let's try to integrate in the team. But for now, if he continually plays good like he is right now, keep him in there. But if he's struggling, take him out of the firing line. But he is definitely a hell of a buy from Arsene Wenger for £2 million. £2 million, my man. Jeez, man. £2 million for Rob Holding, and they bought John Stones for 49. Arsene Wenger mastermind. So yeah, Rob Holding, definitely potential there. A world class player possibly emerging there. But let's not put too much pressure on him. Let's give him some time to integrate. But Rob Holding, fantastic. And into my third and final point, I want to talk about the scheme of things, the context. Yes, I have to come back to this point because this is what Arsenal are into right now. The top 4, the race for the top 4. Who cares about the league? By the way, congratulations to Chelsea win the league. I mean, fantastic work. Definitely not so much easy. Just not even a bit. But yeah, I mean, Arsenal, for Arsenal's hand, we need to focus on the top 4. Personally, I think getting in the top 4 is so vital for Arsenal because not only because it's just Champions League and like we'll go back 10-2 by Bayern. So it's not just that, it's just the fact if you got United, for example, or Man City, if they get out of the Champions League, they've got the ludicrous amount of money they can pay for players, and they'll still attract players. For Arsenal, I'm not quite sure because we're not that club anymore that are the biggest club in the Premier League. We don't have that same amount of money. We have the money, but we don't spend it like that. So for me, we have to get Champions League just for the fact that it attracts players. Now we also don't get in the Europa League. We have to get that Champions League. Have to. Must also do that. And Liverpool tomorrow, West Ham. Let's see what they do because that is the game I expect. Maybe Liverpool drop points, but for now, Arsenal won today. I am happy. Hopefully you're happy if you're an Arsenal fan. And yeah, that is it for me. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Obviously go smash the like button if you have enjoyed. Loving the support. Nearly on 200 subscribers. I could not believe it, can I? But thank you very much for the support. If you have enjoyed, yeah, go comment down below your opinions about anything you want to talk about. Subscribe to my channel because nearly on 200. As I said, let's get there. And that is all for me. Hope you have enjoyed. My name is Russell King. You'll be watching episode 34 of Life as an Arsenal Fan. Stoke City, bang. Sunderland, we are coming for you. And top 4 in a bit.